I just love the story because it says everything about how we take our lives and never, ever, ever quit. Just like Dolly Parton said, you don't ever try stopping and you don't stop trying. Isn't that just a great quote? Story came to me from one of my judges in the Miss South Carolina pageant. And he said, in the town, listen to this, of Normal, Illinois, the cutest girl wanted to be crowned Miss Normal. Well, this story is everything but normal, believe me. Well, she had the best attitude, the best sense of humor. Everybody loved this girl. She was just a local town favorite. So she was at the organizational meeting. Lots of questions were being asked. So she puts her hand up, and the director said, okay. She said, what do you do for talent? He said, well, that's easy. You do what you do best. She thought for a second and wrote down on her talent application, I will be performing a classical musical rendition. That was it. Simple enough. They didn't screen these girls. They were in need of contestants. A few weeks later, they had dress rehearsal. Friday afternoon, this girl pulls up in a Dodge Ram pickup with a cattle trailer on the back. And in that trailer is a Holstein cow, hadn't been milked all day. The pageant director ran out to her and he said, now, what is this? She said, well, this is my talent. He said, what are you talking about? She said, you said to do what you do best, and I am the 4-H cow milking champion for the state of Illinois. He said, you cannot have a live animal on stage. She said, hey, I read the book. Well, she was right. There was no mention of no live animals on stage at the time, but now it's about a chapter thick. Well, that girl got that cow up on the stage, had a little pile of hay. She came out on the stage with this funny-looking pail. It had dents all in it. She put that pail down, and she had another bucket. She put that way back behind the curtain. And the pageant director grabbed her application and said, I don't get this. It just said, I will be performing a classical musical rendition. I don't get this. What is she doing? Well, honey, she sat down on that three-legged stool with that galvanized little pail underneath that cow, nods to the sound man, honey. Yes, it was classical. She grabbed her instruments, and all of a sudden you heard, da-na-na-na-na, squirt, 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 da-na-na-na-na, squirt, squirt. She milked that cow, so help me, to the Viennese waltz. And it was good. Well, the pageant director got worried. He said, wait a minute. Okay, you're going to milk the cow. I get it. But what if she has a need? Oh, I've raised her. Nothing will happen unless she is terribly startled. You remember that now. Okay? Well, he could do nothing to stop her. He was about to choke her. She's last in talent. It's Saturday night. Curtain opens. She walks out on stage with molded, green, sequined hogwashers. You know, that 4-H color. She sat down, grabbed her instruments. People were spellbound. They were, and that cow's just sitting there chewing, minding its business. She nods to the sound man. All of a sudden you hear, da-na-na-na-na, squirt, 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 squirt. I mean, she could make music. It was awesome. People started to clap, but the photographer for the local paper thought, wow, what a great shot. If I can get my supersonic Nikon flash up in the face of that cow for the front page of the paper, wouldn't this be a great picture? Well, he got in front of that animal and started firing pictures. Poo, poo, poo. And that cow quit chewing, looked at that man, and then the tail starts to wiggle. Well, that girl got up because she knew something else was going to happen, because that's the international symbol for hurry. She jumps up. She goes to get the galvanized bucket. That pageant director jumped up. He went to get the bucket. They both tripped over the main power source. That whole stage went completely black. And all you could hear was a much relieved animal. It was a mess. They had to evacuate the auditorium, call in the janitorial people. They had to Watergate, Shovelgate, Mopagate, you name it. It was horrible. It was totally just confusion and bedlam everywhere. And bless her heart, I want you to know, this child was so confident and so in control and had such a great attitude, she tapped that guy on the back in the midst of all this bedlam. You know what she said? "Excuse me, can I please do that again?" Can I do it again? Well, you know, he just wanted to really choke her then. But the girl that could have been and should have been Miss Normal was not going to give up. And see, that's why you're here today. You come to this conference because you're saying the same thing. Can I do it again? Can I try it just one more time? I know I can be successful, and my hat's off to you. See, every time things get tough, remember that cow story. It'll make you laugh.